Hi guys, hula hula, welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to Precious Little Things. So today I have a very interesting guest, my real life cousin. Before I go into details, I'll just allow her to introduce herself.
Hi everyone, so I'm Katie and I'm so excited to be on this channel. Thank you so much, Precious, for the invitation.
Welcome.
So I am excited. So my first point is just be yourself. It's the easiest thing to be. It was said by Rihanna. Because most of the times we try to be other people and then we're not being authentic to ourselves, we're not being real. That is something that I've also gone through, because I'm inspired by someone. It's okay to be inspired by someone, but don't try and live their lives or be them or want to be them. You have to be you. You have to embrace who you are, how you look, everything that you are. That's the easiest thing that you can be, because if you're you, then you can do anything. Nothing will stop you, nothing will obstruct you or anything. You'll just be you. So that's the easiest thing, that's the first thing. So I try by all means to be authentic and just be me.
Just be you. That's a very good one. That's really a good one. So for me, I would say my number one principle is God. In everything that you do, let God be the first, the center, or I would say the beginning, the center, the end of everything that you decide to do, in your decision making, in the choices that you are making, in your friendships, your relationships, your money, everything about you, let God be the beginning of everything. So for me, number one is God.
So my second one is never forget your white belt mentality. So this was said by Robin Sharma. Yes. Yeah, so this point by Robin Sharma really speaks to me and it has helped me a lot in my business, in everything I do. So what exactly does it mean? What does it speak to me? How does it speak to me and to other people? So not forgetting your white belt mentality is you not forgetting the things that you started with for you to get where you are, or the way you are doing your YouTube channel, like where you've started. Don't forget how you started and what techniques you used, the techniques that brought you to get to where you're going to be. So I always tell myself to say I don't want to forget the things that helped me. If it's the books that I read, I don't want to forget those books. If it's the routines that I did in the morning, if I was reading in the morning, if I was studying in the morning, watching news, reading newspapers, whatever. Whatever helped me to get to the point where I will be, I wouldn't want to forget. That is me, not putting myself to say, okay, I'm a boss now, I've made it, I'm famous. So I'm okay, I don't need to go back to my old ways. So I really have to maintain that white belt mentality to say, I'm not yet there. I am not yet there. I still have to do something. I still have to do better. Yeah.
So in other ways, it's more like you not forgetting the reason or the purpose why you started those things.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, okay, I get it. Yeah. Oh, that's a very powerful one. Huh? Okay guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel as you continue watching this video. And then for those that are interested in reading the book that she's just talking about, we'll put it in our comment section below or in our description. So my second one has to be happiness is my goal in everything that I do. So that's my second principle that I live by. So I always make sure to say, whatever it is that I start doing, whatever it is that I'm doing, I have to be happy. Yeah, so I have to be happy in everything that I do. That's my second principle. Everything that you do, you have to be happy. Because I feel life is too short to not be happy. You know what I mean?
True.
Life is too short to not do the things that you want, things that will bring you happiness and fulfillment. So you just have to find something that brings you that happiness and go for it and do it.
So my third point is by Steve Jobs. If you live your day as if it was your last, certainly one day you will be right. So this is about death. Because even people who pray and believe that they want to go to heaven, they're scared of death. We're all scared of dying. I have been scared of dying, but this is one principle that I have started living by, to say, if I feel like one day I am going to die, it's a good thing, because then I'll live each day knowing I don't know when I'm going to die. It can be today, it can be any second. So I'll live my life fulfilled. Sorry about that. I'll live my life the way I want to be, the way I want to live it. I won't leave out anything. Every day, I'll live it certainly the way I want. I'll make the choices that I want. I'll make the decisions that I want. Or even when I'm faced with two choices, for example, I'll be able to choose to say, okay, if I am dying today, what am I going to go for? Is it this or that? Definitely I'll go for something that I feel like, definitely I'll go for this. If I was to die, then I will be happy. So it kind of connects to happiness. Like I'll choose everything that makes me happy, and something that I know if I do it today and I'm okay with it, I'll be okay to say, okay, I died doing what I wanted. This is like my status on what you call that status, the WhatsApp thing. It's a status, eh?
Oh,
the profile and then the thing.
I don't know what it's called, but yeah, I know. Always when you put
that
different.
Yes. After going through the anxieties and stuff like that, that's a topic for another day.
Yeah, and you guys, if you know what that status thing is called, please comment in the comment section.
Yes, after going through the anxiety and all that, so I felt like I shouldn't be scared of death. I shouldn't fear death. Let me just live each day like it was my last. Yes.
And I can just add a little bit on that. We only have one life to live, no two lives. I don't know about those who believe in, what do you call that, incarnation and stuff. Not trying to offend anyone, but guys, you only have one life to live, and live it to the fullest. Don't let anyone come on
your choices. Decide.
Yes.
You have the freedom to do that.
Yes, you only have one life, please. So I also got to the third principle that I live by, which is nobody owes you anything.
Yeah, that's a powerful one.
Yes, and for me, this always, a long time ago, I used to feel so disappointed or be disappointed by what people would do towards me. But growing up, I'm realizing, you know what, precious, nobody owes you anything. If my brother out there who's successful doesn't owe me money, doesn't owe me anything, if they feel they shouldn't give me, they shouldn't give me. You know what I mean? I hope you're getting the concept out of it. Like, if you choose to help somebody out there, don't expect them to do the same for you. Because why? Nobody owes you anything. The world doesn't owe you anything, so you have to do it. If you want to be a boss, the world is not going to come and bring you, okay, here's a company, you're now a boss. You have to do it. You have to wake up every morning and choose to do it and become the powerful and successful person that you want. But in everything that you do, always remember nobody owes you anything. And if you're doing something, make sure it's coming from a right place. If you decide to give, make sure you just give a person without expecting anything in return, so that you don't feel disappointed.
So I'm gonna say, Africans, I think we have this problem to say, oh, okay, I need my uncle to help me with so and so because he's doing well.
Yes.
Yeah, I need my uncle to, and then if he doesn't do that, then that uncle is not your favorite uncle.
Yeah.
But I don't think it should be like that, because they don't owe us anything. Nothing. They owe us nothing. If they want to help, let them help. But you have to do it on your own. Yeah.
Which is true, because I've had okay guys, I'm not going to be I'm so tired of it. I've heard people complain to say, but you for example, you have money, why is this person suffering? Why, you know what I mean? Like, people feel so entitled to certain things because they feel you owe them some type of thing, or because at some point they were being nice to you and you know, they want you to be nice to them. I'm not saying be nice is not okay. It's very okay to be nice. But what I'm trying to bring across is, if you want to be nice to someone, just be nice without expecting anything from them. If you want to give to somebody, just give without expecting anything from them. But because at the end of the day, it's everybody's choice. And guys, the world doesn't owe us anything.
Even just as women, like you expect to find a husband because you feel they need to provide something for you, but he doesn't owe you anything.
Yes, he doesn't.
You also have to bring in something.
This is a topic of another day, guys.
Yes.
Boyfriend, girlfriend allowances.
Yes, these things that are coming up.
If you're dating and then you're thinking, if I was dating this rich guy, maybe my finances would have been.
He doesn't owe you anything.
He doesn't owe you anything.
Yes.
You just have to work hard for yourself. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's about it.
Yeah. So my fourth one is appreciate the flowers under your nose instead of looking at the garden that's over the fence. So most of the times we find ourselves focusing on things that we do not have. But
I'm one of those people.
But we should appreciate the things that we have now, like under our nose, something that we can smell, we can see it, we can touch. Why not appreciate that before we start looking at something else that is out there, something that is way far from us? Yes.
Okay. Yeah, like the grass is greener on the other side. So you sometimes forget to look at the beauty of the things that are closer to you or near to you, and you're busy admiring the things that you're seeing from afar. This brings me to I think that was last week when you were showing me something on your phone. Oh guys, by the way, we work together with her sister, my other cousin. So yeah, so there was a time you were showing me something on your status, like two sisters work together, and then they were doing something, fancy. We work together, they're sisters and I'm their cousin. So there are certain times where we do really cool stuff together. We'll be dancing, we'll be telling stories. But then what happened on that particular day was she showed me something that two sisters were doing that we've done before, and all of us were like, oh, they're so cool, sisters, and they work together. Yeah. So my point is, sometimes you could even be doing the same thing or doing it better than other people, but because it's somebody else doing it, you're like, oh, and then you fail to appreciate what you guys are doing, what you already have. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it all adds up to being happy with what you already have and not seeking what you haven't even yet seen. But be happy with what you have. You don't know what tomorrow will bring you. You don't know what next is coming. So you have to be happy with what you already have. Yes, like be content with what you have. Not to say that, okay, because I have this, then I can't do anymore. Okay, I'm just happy. I just want to be average or anything like that. But it means be happy with what you have and then work towards the other things that you want to achieve in life.
Yeah. This brings me back to a certain comment that I saw on Instagram. I think there was a girl that she had it was a relationship post. So a certain girl shared something like I don't have relationship goals, but the pictures are nice though. So I was like, okay, it was very intriguing. So I was like, what does she really mean by I don't have relationship goals, but the photos are nice? So I think from what she meant was sometimes admiring other people's things can't be as the way it looks. You know what I mean? So you'd rather appreciate that thing that you have. And of course you can cheer up other people, like, oh, for example, as we talked about the garden and the flowers. If the garden is nice, you can appreciate it. Oh, okay, the garden is nice, but don't try and
don't be lost in that and forget your own
your own flowers that are under your nose, guys. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So my fourth principle is create the type of life that you want. This for me is a constant reminder that I can be whoever I choose to be in this life, and I can do or have whatever it is that I want to. And the reason why is because I am creating the type of life that I want. You could be wanting to be somebody out there and you don't have maybe certain resources or finances and whatever. It's okay to start from where you are and do the things that you want with the little that you have in order to create the life that you want. If your dream is to be somebody big on TV, like my dream, to be somebody to be somebody big on TV, you could start with something small. Like I started with my phone, posting videos on my WhatsApp statuses, and now I am on YouTube, trying to create the life that I want. So you don't have to be limited. You can just create the life that you want. This also brings us to our daily topics that we always have at work, which is saving. You've always said you could save even as minimal as a 20 kwacha. It makes a difference.
It makes a huge difference.
You don't have to wait for until I start getting paid 50p. That's when I'll start saving. You could start with a 20 kwacha every month. By the time it's end of year, you have maybe a 200 kwacha or a 300 kwacha. So yeah, just choose to create the life that you want. If you want to go watch movies and you don't have the money to go watch movies, you could do it from your home.
Yes.
Just put a nice, put your cushions on your floor, put your TV, switch off the lights, and you're creating the life that you want. So for me, this has just been a constant reminder to say, you know what, precious, you could be whoever you want to be. Don't limit yourself, just create it.
Yes, especially for us women, I think we don't think so much of creating our own life. We want first to get married. Sorry.
Yeah.
We want first to get married, and then kind of our life is going to start now. We're going to start creating our lives from there and all that. We fail to start creating our own lives. So I feel as women, most of the times we live out this principle of creating our own lives.
I don't know if it's a Zambian thing or it's an African thing. Guys, just comment on this one and let us know.
Yeah.
Because you kind of put yourself in a bubble, like in a box where
we really need to start creating our own lives. What we want. You
can't travel because you want Bear to travel with you.
Yes.
You can't do it alone with the girls.
Yes.
You can't save because you're waiting. No, I can't have so much money because one day I'll be married and my husband. No.
Just start living.
Live and create it. If you want to travel. If you want to save as much money as you can save. If you want to buy a nice car. If you want to have a nice apartment, just do it. Don't wait for.
True.
And if for those of you that really wants to do it with Bae, start. And then when Bae comes,
he meets you halfway.
Yes.
So we are talking a lot about women because it's International Women's Day.
No wonder our outfits are like,
kind of African. Yeah.
And she's rocking her braids. I'm rocking my natural hair. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll go to my 5th point. That's the last one. Compete with yourself. By Mr. Happy Mulwe, our own Zambian writer.
I did you and Judas. I actually wrote 6 points.
Oh my God! Look at this girl.
As one of the channel guys.
No, but it's okay. So this is by our own Zambian writer, Mr. Happy Mulwe. Like, I read his book and it's really amazing. We'll put the title and everything.
Yes.
So compete with yourself. Competing with yourself, I feel like if you compete so much with other people, like I'll give an example in a business. If you are focusing so much on what your competitor is doing, you end up forgetting what you're supposed to do. So it's the same even as a person, as a woman. If I'm competing so much with Precious, I'm competing so much with Lucy, I'm competing so much with the other women out there, I'll end up forgetting myself. I'll end up forgetting what I should do. But what should be the main thing that I should do? I should compete with myself. If I do something today, let me say, okay, I want to do 10 times the next time. I want to do 50 times the next time. I want just like that. Keep on doing better and better. Because what's her name? She said, when you know better, you do better.
Yes.
So today it can feel like, okay, I don't know what I am doing, or I am not there yet. And then you want to start competing with others, running other people's races, you will lose yourself. So I think it's so much important that you have this as your principle to say, I'm just going to compete with myself so I can get where I want to get as a woman. Yeah.
Some good competition is okay, but it's also okay to decongest. What's the name of that? You know, you don't have to put so much pressure on yourself, guys.
Yes, like it's so much pressure to compete with someone.
You don't have to push.
I've done that before, so
me, I'll tell you this. We have different parts. We have different races.
Yes.
And if you continue competing with somebody, you might end up depressed. You know why? Because you don't know what that person is going through or doing to get to where they are.
Yeah.
And sometimes you find that, for example, I want to compete with Kate. Maybe she has more money than I have.
Yeah.
She can easily say, okay, tomorrow I'm going to East Park and I'll buy myself Jordans and I have no money. Then I'm trying to compete. I'll end up getting debt so that I should buy the Jordans and stuff. So much pressure, and it's so
and you will always be leaving yourself behind, because I'll be waiting for pressures to take a step for me to take my step.
Yes. Because
I'm competing with you. So if you don't take a step, I'm also stuck. What is Misozi going to do next? Or what outfit is Misozi going to wear next? And then what goal is Misozi going to achieve? Is she buying a house? Is she doing a business? Is she doing what? I'll be always left behind. I'll be waiting for you to take a step before I take my step.
Yes.
So it's not a good thing. I've been through that.
Yes.
Hey, it's not a good thing.
Don't compete.
And you can confuse it. You think, okay, I'm just being inspired.
Inspiration is different from competing.
Yes. So you might confuse that, like I'm inspired, so I want to be looking like precious or anything, but then you are competing and then you're leaving your own things behind. So take your step. Don't wait for somebody else to take it.
Competition is bad. That's my last statement. Bad. Okay, so my fifth, right?
Yes.
My fifth point. I have 6 points. So my fifth point is give it your all or add value to yourself. So I have a friend. I'll say a certain friend of mine by the name of Lakson always tells me whenever he's given a job to do, he does 2 times better than what they expect him to do. Sometimes he even does to extras. So you find that people keep on calling him to come and do the work. So he gets more money instead of just a one-time thing. So for me, I learned from him to say you need to give it your all and add value. Everything that is given to you, any small job, any, any favor that you're asked of to do, you need to do it 3 times better than the usual, so that if people want to call you, they won't hesitate. And once you do a great job, recommendations are always there. You know what I mean? So you have to give it your all. If you're given something to do, do it to your best abilities. And if you can add sauce, guys, if you can add sauce, if you can add spice, just do it. If they tell you to do, just sweep the floor, shine if you want. Shine. So add value to whatever it is that you are doing, and do it.
I think value, I feel it's really, really important in everything that you do, because you have to leave a mark. People have to remember you for something.
Standing out, guys. You will
stand out, definitely. Go extra miles. Don't limit yourself. Like she has said, if they tell you shine. Shine. Just go extra miles. It really pays back, and that is value that you're adding. And do it with all your heart. Again, don't do it to say, okay, I'm just doing it because
to add value.
But just do it with all your heart.
Yes.
I really love that.
It's a good thing, because But I actually had a conversation with him when he was telling me, or I was actually telling him to say, for you don't even have difficulties finding a job. I was like, you know what? You reap what you sow. I sowed. If somebody asks me for a favor, I'll do it 2 times. Yeah. So you find that word of mouth goes. Yes. So whenever I apply for a job, somebody recommends me and I get a job. So do it 2 times, 3 times, 4 times better. Yes. Yeah. So guys, like I said earlier, she did 5 points, I did 6. So I'm just gonna read it out. I think the point is something that she can also relate to. So we'll just have a mini conversation about it, and we'll come to the end of our program after the conversation. So my 6th point is, it's okay to be different. It's very okay to be different. At some point in my life, I used to feel like a lot of people misunderstand me because of the way I perceive life, or the way I act towards certain situations, or the way I do certain things is different from other people, and you find that I'm so different, and people would like, I used to feel kind of like, if I do it, they're gonna judge me. You know what I mean?
It's always that.
If I don't laugh when everybody else laugh, they will think she's just being, you know what I mean? So for me, I feel being different is okay, and that's what makes you unique, and that's what makes you beautiful. That's what makes you you. You know what I mean?
Last point kind of adds to my first point. Be yourself. That is the easiest thing that you can do, because definitely you'll be different if you're yourself, because we are all different, we are all unique. So if I am being Katie, you're being Miss Precious, definitely the difference will show. Precious is not Katie. Katie is not me. Precious. Yes. Because I am being me. I am being myself. I am being real. I am being authentic. The key word is be authentic. Yes. When you're authentic, then definitely you are different. Yes. Definitely you won't be the other person. You will just be
yourself.
And it's the easiest because you'll be comfortable. Because if you're being somebody else, it's not comfortable.
Yes.
Because there are certain things that you have to pretend to do and stuff like that.
It's a struggle for certain people, because you know how life is. You want to fit in. You want to be like everybody else. You can't dress in the way that you want to dress because everybody else dresses the same way. Or you can't be different among the 4 girls because everybody's perception about life is the same, but yours is different. Like, I mean, if you're seeing life to be black, it's okay to see it as black, and when everybody else is seeing it as white. So there's no harm in being different. If in life all you want to do is dance, why not do it? Dance. You don't have to, because Katie does this and this and this, plays table tennis, I should also play table tennis. I mean, if you want to do something different, do it. And I think that's the beauty of it all, and that's why God has created us so differently and unique. Yes, and the way we perceive or see life is different. So always
it's the easiest thing.
And I can also understand those that you feel it's okay, because even me right now, my aspirations in life are different. If I tell somebody about how I want to be in the next 2 years, they'll be like, is that practical? Is that, I would say, why? Some people would ask me, why are you going to school? I'm like, I'm going to school because I want to learn, but then I want to have my own studio, and and everyone is like, in Zambia, is that practical? It's okay. It's okay, you know what I mean?
Be authentic.
Yes, and try it. When it fails, it fails.
I don't think it can even fail. Being you. Being authentic can never fail. Definitely can never fail.
That is in terms of like goals and stuff.
Goals, okay, I get it now.
So, guys, Please don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel.
It's free, guys.
Like, I know you want to spend more time with us. So we'll come back with round 2 of some 5 things that we struggle with, you know what I mean. So click the notification button and see us. I know next time. But yeah, we're closing. We're coming to the end of our program today. Is it program or whatever?
Session or something.
Session.
I don't know what to call it.
Yeah, so we're closing, and thank you guys for staying with us throughout this conversation. And if there's anything that you want to add on, please comment and let's have this conversation in the comment section. And yeah, thank you so much. See you next time. From my girl Katie and I, it's bye-bye.
We're not forgetting to say happy Women's
Happy
Day.
Women. Oh my God. Happy is international, right?
Yes.
Happy International Women's Day. We have all the fun. Write the letters to your mothers, you guys.